Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Filipino Adventures. How's everybody doing today? A beautiful day in the Philippines. Actually, it's gray skies here. Beautiful day though. Nice temperatures. If it gets too loud, you guys let me know if it gets too loud on this thing. If anybody shows up today, and I know how that is. The spur of the moment live stream. Today, I want to talk about something that is really close to home. And what I mean by that is, if you are a person living overseas, and if you're dependent upon your check and you want your check to come in on a regular time frame, you have to really do your due diligence. This morning, I actually, yesterday morning, I needed to retrieve some information on one of my um, papers for Social Security. So what I did, I went on Social Security so I could print out my Social Security statement. Really easy thing. Well, get this. They didn't even record 2022 and 23. It's not even recorded on there. So to get a 1099 form or anything is impossible. So I said, forget it. I just do a spreadsheet and supply how can I say, a form if needed. But today I did notice that, and I did notice that my check was not deposited. And what I mean is, they didn't deposit my check. So I found myself in, like, what the heck's going on here? Why did they said suspended? I just happened to see that. So when I went on there and it's showing suspended, I said to myself, why would Social Security suspend my, I've mailed out 37162 forms to US. First, I did one in May, I did one in October, and I just got one in January. I went ahead and sent that off. Well, apparently it's, as you know, it's $30, $30, and $30 to send that off. And so I found myself saying to myself, why is that not working? What's going on with my Social Security? And I said, it can't be they didn't receive it. It can't be, because I sent two to Pennsylvania, one here to the Manila office. Well, guess what? It's true. Manila said, I talked to them this morning on the phone. Now, you can only call them from 8 to 11 on Mondays and Thursdays. That creates a hassle. If you're dependent upon that check, you'll find that you need to get that check, right? So I said to myself, I said, that's something I'm not really too. I'm mad. I'm angry. I'm frustrated. I said, so I talked to the lady this morning. Boy, it's a pain contacting anybody there. If you ever call Manila office, I want to tell you, just hit the pound button. Once that system goes on, it starts talking. If you're calling, press 1. If you do this, press 2. Just hit the pound button and you'll get somebody on the phone. I hit it by accident, maneuver around my phone. See, that's a new thing. You guys hear the horn honking? They play music with horns now. So you can have 5, 10, 15 of those going on at the same time. I have the windows open because I don't have the air on because it's perfect temperatures today. But can you imagine? So I I sent it in, and once I sent it in, I told her this morning, I said, is there anything I can do to get my Social Security started? Is there anything? She goes, no, there's nothing you can do other than send a hard copy. Once you send that hard copy to prove that you're alive, we can do something. I said, can you do it by fax? Email? No, cannot. I said, really, what's the difference? Right. I said, what's the difference? She goes, well, actually, I said, think about it. What? You think if somebody's committing fraud, they can send you an email, they can send you a fax, they can send you anything, and they can copy your signature. So what's the difference does it make? Well, maybe in the future. I said, when I lost my Social Security, when I first arrived here in 2016, I arrived here in 15. In 2016, they stopped payment in February. So I asked them, I said, you stopped payment in February. Why is it that I'm not getting my payment now? And they said, well, I don't know anything about it in 2000. I was not here. I said, well, they used to. You could fax it in. You talk to them. Hey, my name's Tom. Is my last Social Security number. I am an American. ABCFG, because they'll ask you there for questions. Give me the last four. give them your phone number, what's your current address, because they'll ask you what your current address is on file. So you got to be very careful of that because it's on file. So you need to always be aware of that. So the lady told me, she said, there is nothing we can do. You have to have a hard copy here. Luckily, yesterday I did all the above. I sent one to US. I sent one to Manila, FedEx. Well, FedEx is what they call their FedEx, and they get it in 4 days. So she'll process it once they receive it. So 4 days. All right, so if I'm there and I got 4 days, so there you go. So what am I to do? And I decided, well, okay, I don't have a choice. They're not going to turn it on no matter what I do. They're not going to turn on they're just not going to do it. They're not going to turn on my Social Security, no matter what I do, unless I hop on a plane and go directly to Manila and go to the office, sit down, or hop on the plane and go somewhere else, wherever that may be, Guam or back to USA, and go in the office and say, turn this thing back on, I'm here. But the sad thing about it is, you have to, 760 people on, anyway. But the sad thing about it is you never know what will happen on that. And even if they do process it, what is the time frame that it takes them to process their Social Security? So that I want to let everybody kind of know, if you have your Social Security and you have Social Security deposited here, you want to always make sure that you keep up with that 7162. And even though you have it and you set it up, does not mean it's going to work, because I paid $130 this last year sending forms, and it still failed. So I spent a lot of money just to get my Social Security going. And what does that tell you? So it tells me a lot. Joe and Jeannie, good morning. So they stay safe, be careful, thank you. Yeah, they stopped payment on it. So I told the lady, I said, okay, so if you receive that, how long is the time till you turn on the Social Security? They said, well, it takes us about a day to get all the, because we get thousands, because we're covering Asia, so we get thousands of sheets in. And said the people start on them early in the morning and they process that paperwork. And said once we get it, it usually takes 1 to 2 days, and then it's going to take another 2 days for you to to get the system started. Now, as far as receiving the check, you can take up to 30 days receiving the check. Art, good morning. Good morning. We're good. We're good. I was just talking about my Social Security was stopped. My payment for Social Security was stopped because I turned in the form. I spent $130 last year turning that form in to get Social Security to make sure I get my check. But apparently, I just happened to be on there Monday and it stopped. I get my check by the 3rd of the month, every month. And so apparently it got stopped. So the lady said this morning, we did not receive any. So if you're coming here and you're going to move here, make sure you do your due diligence and make sure that form gets in. And if you're not sure, have someone U.S. mail it. From now on, I'm going to have someone in U.S. mail it and make sure that it gets there on time. Because I was so angry when I found out I did not get that. And the lady was nice. It's not her fault. I mean, she just works there. I mean, I was starting to get on to her about it, and I shouldn't have done that. But that's just the way it is, right? And I decided, I said, well, what I'll do, I just go to Plan B or Plan C and whatever that is. So, okay, my expertise on going to my 7162. Yeah, my SSDI. What form are you speaking on? Hi, my friend. I am speaking, Sperling, good morning. Scary. I'm speaking on my Social Security. I just happen to be on there. And I went on there to talk. How much is my Social Security check monthly? It's under $2,000. And it's not under $1,000. So if you think about it, I sent in the form. And I talked to the lady this morning. They have to receive a hard copy from me. I sent that off yesterday, but it takes 4 days to get there because Their FedEx is 3 to 4 days, maybe 5, and then to process it. So they'll process it. Say they get it done mid next week. I'm just saying that if the sky's the limit. So I got my copy, my way bill here, and my FedEx thing. $30. I spent $130 last year to get my Social Security turned in because 30, 30, 30, and 30. So $120, whatever that is. So I said, okay, and I still didn't get it. So that's what I'm talking about. So if you guys are there and here in the Philippines and you're not sure, go on your account today and see if your account's been suspended. If it's been suspended, get the forms, put them in the mail, FedEx them to Manila. They'll process it. Make sure you get the correct address on Rojas Boulevard and send it to them. And then you can actually send them information. Once they receive this here, you have to go on. You have to send them an email and say, hey, mine has been shipped. Will you please process? Here is the way bill number. Here's the name and the company delivered it. You have to do that. She says, we will not process it. What is that? New rules of the day. So new rules of the day here in the Philippines with your Social Security. I hope there's a lot of guys, man, didn't get theirs last year. Some of them didn't get to October last year. Can you imagine not getting checked from February to October? I would be bankrupt. I got to tell you, I wouldn't be bankrupt. I wouldn't be bankrupt. But I would be really pulling my teeth out come October, November. You know, so March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So if you're getting a couple grand a month, that's 14 grand or 16 grand, depending. If you're getting, $1,500 a month, you add it up 8 months. There you go. What is that? That's 8,000. So $12,000, maybe a little more. So there's a lot of people that's going to be really upset about that. So SSDI isn't coming out until the 2nd of this next month. Yeah, mine, I get my Social Security check every 3rd of the month, and it's usually deposited on the 1st. I just happened to go on there yesterday and look, and it says it is suspended. And she went on the system and said, oh, yes, sir, it's suspended. I said, can you turn it on? No, you're speaking. I said, you're speaking to me. Can you not turn it on? No, we can't turn it on. I said, well, what am I supposed to do? Well, you want me to come? I have to fly in Manila? She goes, no, you got to send the form in. And once you show that we received the form, you got to send this, the way bill number and the ticket and all the above that you received it, and it should be received by you. So I have to say, yesterday I was very angry. It took me years to say that word. I was very upset and frustrated, and instead of screaming and yelling. So SSDI. So what are you speaking on? Yes, scary. It is scary. I hope I get it worked out too. I was wondering. I started mine about a phone appointment 4 days later. I was approved in Baltimore, and I had my first check 6 days later. Yeah, if you're in the States, it's so much easier to make that happen. If you're in the States, for an example, you can get that to happen really fast. If you're outside the country, call Manila. You can only call from 8 to 11 on Tuesday and Thursday. They will not accept any other phone calls. They will not accept any other thing. You can email them, but it's an automatic email, meaning we have received your documents. You can actually call them. We've already received your documents. So what you have to do, you have to figure out what the best thing to do. Let me see what this lady is at the gate here. Let me see what this is. Yes? Huh? Huh? Pencils? What's this for? Oh, okay. My wife will be back soon. She'll be back. She's over at CMU. So 1 o'clock she'll be here. So come back, okay? Okay, thank you. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry. It's the Braun guy needs a signature on something uh, every day, every day. And of course, they don't understand English, so they cannot do anything. I didn't understand what they're saying. So you got your first check 6 days later. Yeah, when I signed up here, when I first came here, I retired at 60. I've been here 9 years in May. So, and I signed up here, and honestly, it was so easy, ABC, and I got my check not the next month, but the following month. They always hold you back 30 days. So, say for instance, I signed up, I could sign up in May, my birthday's in June, I didn't get the check until August. They never ask for any hard copies of anything. Yeah, they don't ask. Well, what it is I am. I needed copies for my Social Security for the USCIS documents that I'm sending in for Ruth and R's visa. So I needed to make copies of my checks, even though it's deposited and I have bank statements, but they want to see from the Social Security Administration because it's actually a W-2 form. Well, they don't have 2022 in there and they don't have 2023. So I just put it on a spreadsheet. I made a spreadsheet yesterday and stuck it on a spreadsheet so they'll have that information. The thing that really bothered me was the fact is I just on there and I looked and it says, what? How can you not just put, it's the same amount of money, got the increase. But anyway, long story short, it got to the point to where I was just angry because then all of a sudden it said in red, suspended. I go, what the heck? What? What do you mean suspended? How could it be suspended? What? I worked all these years as suspended. Then I realized, it's a 7162 form. And I knew. So I said, okay, you go here. So you send this to Manila. I'll go here. I'll talk online. I'll get a facsimile to them. I do this. It doesn't matter. You can send them all the faxes you want. They are not going to process that. They won't process anything. She said, it has to be a physical copy sent by mail. You cannot do anything other than mail. Go figure. That drove me crazy. I get mine on the 4th Wednesday. Yeah, a lot of guys get theirs in the month. At first, in the beginning, I got mine get this, the 28th of the month. What the heck? But it's okay. Then they changed it to the 3rd. I got like 3 checks that way. And then they changed it to the 3rd, and I started receiving it the 3rd. And so my Social Security comes in on the 3rd of the month. I think it has to do with your birthday. I'm not sure. You guys tell me if I'm wrong. Because I'm not sure. I'm not that smart. And I think my birthday's in the 10th of the month. But I needed that form so I could send in to USCIS and let them give them updates on my income, because you have to, in other words, I have to show financial readiness because they don't want to be get this, people can walk across the border there, right, and go on public assistance, but I am going to support my wife and daughter, but I have to prove that I have sufficient income, and if I do not, I have to have a sponsor to prove that they have a sufficient income between the both of us to help support my family. Go figure. What's up with that, right? That made me angry. I got to think about that yesterday. Are you kidding me? But that's USCIS. That's what they require, and that's how they always require. So that's what I started doing. And so that is my thing. So I said, okay, I'm going to do that yesterday because I need to get that done. It has to go in immediately. You can't play with it. You can't. The longer you hold the papers, the longer it takes for you to get denied. And I am not going to hold the paper 24 hours if I have to. I'll go through it. I was in the Philippines when I started up. Yeah, I was in the Philippines too. I started mine up in the Philippines. It was easy, but then it was easier back then. I lost my payment my first year. I arrived here in May. I did not send in a 7162 form because I didn't know what it was. My February check was stopped. Like they're going to stop millions of people starting the 1st. And you need to go and check your accounts, make sure you're in good graces. And a friend of mine checked his yesterday. His is stopped too. He lives in Manila. So he is physically going to take a form over to them. And even though he mailed them a form already, they didn't process it. So he said to me, his was suspended. He said, you saved me a lot of hassle by putting out. I put out a short yesterday, and so many people said that theirs was stopped. Um, his information from hit the like. Yes, yes. Keep everything in USA if you can. If you're able to keep an address there, do not cancel Part B Medicare. My opinion, Joseph, 110% right. How about 1,000% right if they have such a thing? I agree. I kept my address there. I keep all my credit cards there. My Social Security's deposit there. But this is the kicker. Once you go past that scanner at the airport, it shows that you left USA. They want to know where you're at because they don't want to send any more Social Security payments no matter where you're at. So the drop dead letter, which is the 7162 form, that's what they do. They take that form. Are you alive or dead? She said, we thought you're dead. That's what she said. First thing she said to me this morning. We thought you're dead. I said, what do you mean? We didn't get your form. If you don't send your form in, you're dead. So they stopped payments. She said, everybody. Some people may not think they're going to get it, but they get it eventually, meaning we nab them. And I said, ma'am, is there any way that I can get my money turned on today since you talked to me? She says, no. There's nothing I can do. And once I see that form, once I see its process, once you send me the information, this, to prove that's you, she says, we'll process it. I said, that's ridiculous. She goes, this is the rules. Sorry. United States government now requires that. Before, they didn't care about this. But she says they care about it now. If you have to go to U.S. Virgin Islands, only have to. Yeah, and I was thinking Guam. But luckily, she told me this morning, if I get that form in, I'll be okay. I just have to put the waybill number, the day it was received, and who received it. And so here is my tracking number. And I tried to get on here this morning, and guess what? It's not logged in. They don't have it logged in, so I sent Ruth to town to find out what's going on. This was sent out yesterday morning at 9 o'clock. Why isn't it logged in? That means it's sitting at the office over there somewhere. So when it comes to money, I get emotional. Sorry. That's the way I am. Anything else? I don't get food. I'm okay. Somebody runs over my toe with a trike. It's okay. I don't get mad. Somebody punches me or something, as long as they don't punch me in the face, I'm okay. But somebody messes with my money that I worked all these years to get, I get serious. Yeah. Your birthday and your first letter of your last name. Oh, I see. Well, okay, Jim. Yeah, you're right. Good morning, Tom, Jim. They stopped my payment. I was on there yesterday to stop payment, my friend. I was so angry. I told the lady, I spent 30, 60, 90 bucks in it to USA and to here. And I just spent another $30 sending it to you yesterday. She goes, sorry. She says, nothing I can do about it. It's like, I don't care. Well, you know about the proof of life for S was supposed to be turned in annually. So I handled it, mine never mentioned that. I heard it through hearsay. This is what I'm talking about. It's a 7162 form. It's drop dead letter. If you don't have that turned in, no more payments. So I suggest if you have Social Security and you're getting Social Security or SSDI, doesn't matter, and you did not turn in that form, which I did, I'm the one who preaches the turn in. I'm the guy. I'm the only guy. Nobody else ever talks about this. I don't ever know anybody ever talk about it. Maybe they do. Maybe I don't know. I don't go searching on Rike or any other Geo or any other guy's channels. I don't know if anybody does, but I know I do. And I get a lot of comments, a lot of emails. I bet I got 30 yesterday just on that form. Where do you send it? How do you send it? You fax it? How you do it? ABCFG. Well, guess what? They turned mine off. They turn it off January the 1st. They turn it off January the 1st. If they don't receive that document by January the 1st, she told me this morning they turn it off. So you'll be able to know right now. If you don't get your check until second or third week, you can check it right now. It'll tell you whether you're suspended or not. Yeah. Dennis Martin, good morning. I got a couple of those letters, and delivery time here in the Philippines really sucks. It's about 50 cents FedEx to ensure they received it. Yeah, man. I spent $30, well, many times, and they do. Get this. I even did a video on it, a short on it. I got mine the other day, and it was sent last May. But it's okay. I have extras. I download them, and I downloaded these yesterday. So unless something's completely horrible, and I didn't check a mark, which that's impossible, this should be okay. Hopefully. Michael, hi, good morning. Yeah, Michael, every day is a challenge. But God's with me. It was funny. I couldn't get on the phone this morning. I mean, I said, for this, you press 1. For losing, you need a new Social Security card, press 2. And it goes up to 5. So I press 5 if you don't get your check, or you will not get your check. So I press 5. He goes through the spill, then the phone cuts off. I go to number 1. I call back. I go through all of them. I call back. It's 8:05. System's on. The phone cuts you off. You press 1, it cuts you off. It tells the story. If you have, go on fbu.com, do this, you sign online. They tell you all this junk. Well, I'm waiting for the associate. They'll press 1. Did you want to speak to someone? Or press 0, whatever. Well, phone hangs up. So I'm angry. So I get on there this morning again for I think it was six times I called. 6 times. So the 6th time I said, let me think a minute. All of a sudden, as I was thinking, I actually hit the pound button. And when I hit the pound button, I got somebody. Within one ring, somebody picked up the phone. Social Security Administration. I go, I said, I pressed all the other buttons. She goes, it's our secret. That's our secret. So we just press, and I said, so you press the pound button. So if you need to talk to anybody at the embassy for Social Security, press the pound button. Hello, Mike. I knew last month when I did not receive my check on time, I did call 800 number in the U.S. Social Security. At the time, I asked about the letter if they received it. Opened it, and they said, yes, my Social Security was 1 day late. Wow, you're lucky. You're lucky. Good for you. Eventually, the U.S. government will have Philippines list countries that can't accept Social Security payments. Yeah, I don't make any payments here. Listen, everything I have is in USA. My credit cards, I don't even have a bank account. I keep everything legit right straight down the middle. I don't even have a bank account here. Everybody, yesterday, Ruth has 2. And I put money in hers. I don't need a bank here. What do I need a bank for? An American here right down the road here, just here, he's been here 8 months. He's got 3 bank accounts here, and he's having his check deposited here. And I told him, don't do that. Why? Everybody's telling me it's fine. I said, well, okay. Well, he went to go buy something the other day with the bank cards here, and they wouldn't accept it. He threw down the card from USA. They accepted it. It's for groceries. So I said, well, I don't know. It's banking here. I don't trust any banks here. I said, BDO seized Ruth's money. So what does that tell you? She didn't have any transactions for 6 or 8 weeks, and they seized her money in her bank account, and we never got it back. No matter what I did, how much I screamed, I didn't get 1 peso back. They seized it and they kept the money. BDO, Unibank, China Bank, and PNB is all owned by SM Malls, SM Mall Group. So, what do you think? China Bank, SM, BPI is the only one that I trust. So we have an account there. And she has an account Land Bank. I don't trust China Bank and BDO, Unibank, PNB, any of those banks. I don't do them because every time I trusted BDO and we opened up account China Bank, they let me down every time. Every time. I watched a video the other day about illegals coming up through Texas and New York City getting Social Security and work permit visa 4 months, along with government society, housing, and food. Yes, you're right. I saw that. I saw some videos of the same thing. And I saw some videos in they arrived in Florida, and the Florida is giving them benefits where I have to prove, when I take Ruth to US, I have to prove that she has insurance, and I have to prove that I can sustain her financially. And if I can't sustain her financially, I have to find a sponsor. And if between that we can't sustain them, she can't come. So I have to show income more than, well, I have to show $28,000 a year. I have to show I make $28,000 a year to bring the girls to USA. If I don't make $28,000 a year, they I have to get a sponsor, and then the sponsor will make up the difference. Say I make 22,000 or 20,000 or 16,000, whatever the amount is. The sponsor has to make up that amount that I'm short to 28,000. And so that's what happens. That's what's happening. And so it creates a bubble that I get. I'm like you guys. I'm like everybody else, frustrated. Well, you're giving these guys and you're giving these guys. Why don't you take care of the American citizens that married a Filipina or a Thailander or Russian or whatever you married, and bring them to the States, easy peasy. And some guy said to me the other day, he says, well, your channel was always about this and that before, always happy. I said, well, I'm happy, but I always tell the truth. I don't want people to come here and put their money in the bank and to say, well, why didn't you tell me? Well, I told you not to put your money in BDO or BPI or bring the money here to the Philippines. I said, why would you put all your money here and have nothing there? But you're a citizen, but you're receiving your checks here. Would you like your Social Security to stop and cut off? I mean, you know, how would that be? United States government, if you don't live in the United States, they're going to cut your check off. How would that be? That would not be good, right? So a lot of guys, I said, you need to think about that. He never did change his mind. Went and bought 2 brand new cars, paid, $60,000 for 2 brand new cars, a truck and a car. Building a house costs $60,000. And he only has $200,000 in the bank. That's for everything for the rest of his life. And he's getting disability. So, and the guy's 40 years old. I said, you're not going to have enough money for your wife and your kids. He's got 5 kids. He's going to have a hard time. He doesn't know it, but he's going to. Jim, I'm supposed to get my next Social Security check on the 3rd of next month, about 4 days away. Yeah, Jim, just go online, double check your account. You already got your check, you're good. So you don't have to worry about it. But a lot of guys don't do that. Scott, morning. How you doing, Mr. Scott? How you doing? I was so only thought of you others, including my Filipino family, waiting forever. Yeah. Michael, I got so angry about the other day. I got a headache, and I had to go take me an Advil because I contacted USCIS. I said, excuse the words, what the heck is going on? Yeah, that's not a bad word, but I said, what the heck's going on? Well, sir, you can't, the person that I talked to, you can't, there's nothing you can do. We're in the process. So, sorry, you can't file on your case until September of this year. Why? Well, it has to be a period of time lapse. So if you want to file a lawsuit against us, you can't do it until September. And I said, I tell you what, if I don't have my girls in the States by September this year, I'm going to file a lawsuit against USCIS. There's no doubt about it. I don't care if it costs me all the money I have. I will do that because I am so angry and so frustrated. Because there's no reason people like Tom Shipman and me and all the other ones out there. Tom's still waiting for an interview. It's been, it'll be a year in May. He's waiting for an interview just to bring his wife. It's a 3-minute interview. And you can't tell me they're that booked in Manila, but they're telling me that it's the India, people are flying in from India here and going to interviews because this is the center station. They don't have a place that's approved by the government. They're saying India. I forget the countries. There's a list of countries that are having interviews here. Are you kidding me? How is an Indian student coming here for an interview? It's going to USA. Why don't they do it in their own country? What's going on with that? Well, I don't know. I use an app on Call USA. It only costs me a penny per minute. I'm great and I have it. Yeah, I use TalkU. TalkYou. It works really good. I don't even think I've had that thing for 9 years. I set everybody up with it too. I think I said, Scott, you have it, right? Aren't you using it? That or WhatsApp. I use WhatsApp. Now a lot of agencies like United States government, I can call through WhatsApp. There's a phone. That's how I contacted USCIS. I didn't have to worry about phones and dropping service. I use WhatsApp and I talk to them there. Scott Raymond, good morning. Did not know you were having a live stream. I got mad, Mark, and I did a live stream because they stopped my Social Security payment. That's the reason I did one today, Mark. I was so angry this morning. Are you coming back soon before your family? Yes, I am, Michael. I am. Blink like this, I'm there. Yeah, I'm coming back soon. I'm going to come back, and actually I'm going to buy a car, figure out where I'm going to live, like Tim K and his lady, figure out where I'm going to live. Apparently they're going to Idaho because that's the cheapest place to live in the United States of America. I did research on it. I didn't know that. I didn't know. I said, Fargo, North Dakota. Fargo, North Dakota. Then I put in, where's the other place? Isn't it North Dakota? Then I put in Idaho and all the places in Idaho. But Idaho, I guess, is the cheapest place. Other cheapest place, you're not going to believe this, was places like Georgia and Alabama and North South Carolina. North South Carolina, believe it or not, is a great place to live. Even Tennessee. Only happened in the Philippines for a bank sees your money account. You have in that bank. It's happening all over the country too. Same thing's going on. I know. And I hear about it all the time. How broken is the U.S. State Department? Good grief. No jokes. He sneak through Mexico border. I know. Well, I got to tell you something. Guy told me yesterday. He's from Australia. He knows a couple. Russians are now doing this. In Russia, he said he had a couple that were Russian. They went to Mexico, and now they're in Florida. Took them 6 weeks from the time they hit Mexico to get in the United States. They just paid a couple of guys. They just went across. And it was cheap. So he says, I know them. He's in Florida. They're Florida working. They don't have green cards, don't have anything. But they got health care and something else. What do they call that? Affordable housing. Give them some apartment somewhere. Dennis Martin, yeah, YouTube is blocking you. What happened? Who's Dennis Martin? Who's Dennis Martin? Oh, wow. My wife is the same thing. The only bank you trust is BPI. Yeah, Jim. I won't do anything else than any of those other guys, really. I see your comment, but I can't approve it. No option to approve it. So Dennis Martin, really? I can't see anything, Michael. Wait, there we go. Okay. Michael Heidi, that's what I would get, a flight to Mexico, then walk across. I thought about that. I thought about just doing that and just doing it. Hey, thank you for doing that, Michael. The number one for SA Foreign Offices on their website is the toll-free, though. I use Google Voice Call. Yeah, they are, Dennis. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. This lady, I couldn't ask for anybody any nicer. And I said, I'm sorry, I was a little frustrated. She goes, sir, you weren't frustrated. You ought to hear some of the people yelling at me. I said, I know you just work there. She goes, I'm just a paper pusher. And I answered the phones. And she was from Thailand, but she's in Manila working for the embassy. And she's on rotation, and she'll go back to Thailand, and then she'll go back to USA. And she lives in somewhere in Virginia, somewhere in USA, but 6 month thing, some kind of rotation thing. I'm still ticked off about my sister-in-law being denied twice in a matter of seconds for a student visa. I got to tell you something. I know someone, Michael, that is from Davao, and they're not native Filipino or Filipina. They're from another country, Peru, and she applied for a student visa and for nursing, and she's down in the United States. And I said, how in the world did she do it? Some some company here, some agency out of Davao, got her set up. And I don't know anything about it. I don't know how much it was or anything about it. But I said, I thought of you. I thought of you. Yeah, I would be more than just mad. I was so angry yesterday. I had a headache. I had a stomach ache. I was angry. I had to calm myself down. I believe that's the maddest I've ever gotten here in the Philippines. I got so mad that I was like beside myself. Mark, no kidding. Like Tom said, you work all your life, contribute and get back 90% what you put in, and all the hassles. I was so angry this morning when I have to do all this for my check, and I'm a United States citizen. Are you kidding me? And I just spent $130 for you goofballs there in the States because you didn't turn it in or whatever. There should be a simpler system that I can actually pick up a phone and call and say, hey, my name is Joe Ragman, and I want my check turned on today. Proof of life. Here. Boom, boom, snapshot. Zoom. However you do it. Do Zoom, do anything. Here I am. Here's my passport. Make it letter 2. Whatever. Do something. And let me tell you something else. I'm just on a rage today. Get this, Jim. They had you go online to do your annual. So I went online to do my virtual. There's 25 in a group. You go on Zoom, and they confirm you're there, and you had to put your passport here, and you got to go in a meeting. Then they meet with you 1 minute, and they say, smile and put your passport up. And then they take a picture. So you don't have to go to the thing. It failed 3 times. I said, forget it. I'm going tomorrow. I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm going there tomorrow. Unannounced, I'm going tomorrow. Last time I talked with SA, they said they're attempting to put that confirmation form online. How soon it would be, but it would be nice. I agree with you. Dennis, I agree with you. That would be so nice to have that. And it would make it so much easier that you just fill it out online on the SSA website. And yes, I am outside the country, which they already know anyway. Once your passport's scanned, going on an airplane, they already know you're leaving, and you didn't get scanned back in. They already know you're outside the country. That's how Social Security knows. That's the reason guys don't get their checks. I'm sitting here sweating, and it's probably 60 degrees outside. It should not be hard to live in another country like it is right now. I thought the same thing. I said to Ruth yesterday, I tell you what, I said, I'm going to look for a ticket. I'm going to go back to the States. I'm going to go and I'm going to get things set up. And I'm going to get me some food. I'm sorry, I love you with all my heart. And I'm going to get some things, in other words, a place to stay, get a car, rent an apartment, whatever. Live with Michael and Heidi. No, I'm kidding. But I'm gonna get that set up. And get that set up to where I'm more comfortable. Hey, Mr. Mitch. How you doing? High five. And thank you so much for the super chat. And think about it. That way I can plan it better. But Social Security lady this morning says, we're terribly sorry, since your account is suspended, it may take you another month before you get your funds. Even though we process it this week or next week, and even though it goes in the system, you may have to wait another 30 days. And I said, well, as long as I get it, and I know I'm going to get it, and it says, not suspended on my Social Security page, I will be okay. I will be happy. But if it says suspended on my thing, that really gets me upset. And especially after I don't care. It's the principle of the thing. It's not the money, but it's the principle. I spent $130 this last year trying to get that stupid thing fixed. And they're telling me I can't get a check after I worked all these years here. Man, boy. I'm Scottish. I'm Irish Scottish, okay? My family's been in the States 2 generations or so. And I'm third, but I've met my family from Scottish, from Ireland and stuff. And You think I'm mad? They would have went down there and punched somebody in the head. Really, it would have. You know, your live stream is the best thing that happened to me, Dave, because right before your live stream and all day I was being sleepy all day. Want to take a nap all day, but now with your live stream, I'm wide awake. No nap needed. Hey, no worries. You come on my channel, I'll pump you up. I'm joking. I'll pump you up. I'll get you excited. The mass I in the Philippines is not about any Philippine, but your own country. Exactly. It has nothing to do with Filipino. I'm mad at my country. Yeah, all this here is fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. My beautiful wife is fine. My daughter is fine. She's going to school. They're healthy. They're contented. Ruth is doing some stuff today for me because I want her to get some things done, and she's doing that today for me. And then I'm going to CDO tomorrow, and then I'm going to take care of that my annual and get that done and get that off my back. And then I'm going to go to phase 2 and phase 3 and figure that out. But I know one thing: I'm not happy with someone playing with my money. You know, it's all right. And if I have to wait another month, I'll just wait. Good morning, Randy. How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah. It's not made you feel, but your own country. Yeah, I'm not mad about anything here. And when I get upset here, it's the simple things. It's the things that get on your nerves. Brownouts, the electricity going high, can't find food. It's not anything that affects you other than the simplicity, the things that you're okay. But when they start messing with your money, and they tell you, oh, sorry, you didn't file your form. Oh, no, I said, can you look? She goes, I can look in USA and let you know how many people, if you're on the list. She said, sir, it shows that you had no documents received in the United States. And I said, I sent it. Thank you, Joe. And I said, I sent the money. And he goes, oh, okay, well, sent the forms, and I paid the money. She said, sorry, it's not there. So she said, you're going to have to get forms to me immediately, and then I'll turn it on. But when you do, you got to send an email with this information here, and then also in the email, you got to say who received it, who signed for it. I said, oh boy. And then we'll process it. So then we'll process it. That made me mad. What do you mean, then you'll process it? I was thinking I could talk her into process. I was sweet trying to get her to process it this morning, but she won't process it. Now, I'm the guy that always tells everybody, listen, turn in your 7162 form. It's July, it's August, September. I sent in 3 last year, and I sent 1 in January this year, and nobody's gotten it, including Manila. I FedEx one, I don't know, mid-month. I said, I already sent you one. Did you not get it? Nope, didn't get it. So they better get this one. I told JRS, the guy, I know the manager very well. He's Ruth's classmate. And so I went there and told him, I said, I'm bringing you this donut. And I'm bringing you this, the donuts for the people, to make sure you're on top of this. And to make sure you take care of me, because I've always taken care of you. I pay you more. I've always taken care of the drivers. They deliver stuff. I give them more money. And she, oh, yeah, we know you, Mr. Tom. We know you, Daddy Tom. We know you. I said, you make sure they get this. I don't care who you got to call corporate in Manila. You make sure they get this. She goes, oh, okay, we will. So extra care. We'll see. I had a friend yesterday, in the short I did, said the same thing, that they did not get they were suspended also, and that they turned in the form to US. He said, well, I only sent 1 form in thinking that they got it. And I said, they did not. And I said, they'll suspend you on January the 1st. And that's when my account was suspended. And luckily, I just happened to be on there yesterday printing out the forms that I needed for my USCIS, or trying to print them, and according, they don't even have 2022 logged on there yet. What the heck's going on? So what is that? It's the same payment every month. Nothing changes in it. And you don't have it where you log that in. Is it? Thank goodness I don't even file taxes, because I don't make enough to file taxes. So, can you imagine? I mean, somebody says, I need tax return. I'm going, I don't have a tax return. I don't make enough to file taxes. I'm in the poor slot. You go poor, semi-poor, poor. I'm down there. He started laughing. I said, I don't have no taxes. I said, well, you made this? I said, yeah, but I work, I do everything. I work YouTube. I do this and I do that. I do what they call this, influencers. I mean, I got this in the mail. You guys know this. I'm starting to get a lot of this stuff in the mail. The earbuds I got another brand new one here and then they pay me $200 and I get the product. So I got like 5 of those to do. But it's not like you snap your fingers and you can do it and then they get send you a check. It don't work that way. You get it, 45 days later once you do it. But that's how I make my money. So when I do that, and then you guys buy, I think Jim Allner or somebody bought some of these. And they're translators. You put your earbud in Chinese, you can talk wherever, Taiwan. And but anyway, somebody bought these. These are $500. And they send you those. That if it wasn't for stuff like that and what Ruth does, I wouldn't have any money. Just living on Social Security, Good morning again. Let's see. My bloodline is more like Heinz 57. Most 3 bloodlines is German, Irish. Hey, you know what? You're human. That's all that matters. You're a human being and happy. That's all that matters, Mark. Philippines on demand. How are you? Philippines on demand. Go check on your mysocialsecurity.com and check and see if your Social Security check has stopped payment. You'll know right now. They stopped mine yesterday or first of the month. So Bill, how you doing? Can you believe it? I mean, I know you said my Social Security check that stopped. They stopped I'm working on getting it back. I have to do this and that. Anyway, the 7162 form, you send it in. Go on, your Social Security. My Social Security, where you sign in for your Social Security and it sees what you did and all your money you made and all this and other. They tell you about increases in your Social Security and stuff. Go on there and you have your monthly check, right? Whether it's SSDI or whatever you're getting from Social Security. Go in there and look and see if your account's been suspended or not. Mine was suspended. I just happened to be in there yesterday. So, okay. Is this for this month or next month? Okay, let's see, this month. Okay, that was for this month. I'm talking February's payment. It's not February yet. So February the 1st, they stop payments. That's when the deadline is. February the 1st. They stop payments. So what you have to do, you have to go online, go on there and check and see if you've been suspended or not, and that way you know what to do. Basically what they do, they want to see the 7162 form in Manila and in the hands, and then you need to FedEx it overnight to them as quickly as possible, and they'll process it. Once they receive the form and you have confirmation they received it, you send them this, that you sent this in, and here's the waybill number, and here's my name, and and here's everything. I can't believe, hey, Philippines on demand, Bill, I sent mine, me too. I sent 3. They never processed them. They never processed any of mine. I sent 1 in January here. They didn't process it. I said, I talked to them this morning. They're only there from 8 until 11 today and on Thursday. So the main thing, if you look on there for February's payment and see if you're going to get February's payment. If it says not suspended, you're good. Or you just says approved or whatever. My mine says suspended. That's the reason I did this video today. Maybe I can help one person out of 785 or 1,000 people. I know they should do that, Bill. Let you do it on a Social Security site, but they don't do it, man. That drives me crazy. They should have a form on there, because how hard it is to get on the site with the two authorization thing. So hard to get on. here. It's hard to get on that site here. In U.S., I never had a problem getting on it. Have to send the form in to be on time. It has to be in by December the 31st of that year. If it's not on January the 1st, they turn off. I know. And they turn it off. They turn mine off. She said they turned mine off January the 1st. I said, well, thanks for letting me know. How do I know it's processed? They said, well, I don't know. I said, well, yours turned off January the 1st because we didn't receive the form. So I sent in 3 forms last year. It cost me $100. And I had to send this one out yesterday to Manila. Yeah, well, you got, what you do is you refill out this. Hi, Mitch. High five, Mitch. You fill it out again and send it back to Manila. Only if it's stopped. But don't do it unless it's, don't waste your time and efforts to save your money. Check online first and see. It may be fine. In fact, check it right now while you're talking. While I'm online, I'm going to be online by another 10 minutes. I'm going to close the stream. Yeah, I know. I know. Michael, I did. I've done so many things on these, Michael. Buddy, I tell you, I have. And then they stopped payment on it. I can name 5 vloggers that are big YouTubers here. They're big. They're the biggest, okay? They're American citizens that theirs have been stopped, but they don't tell anybody. Who do they call? Me. And they tell me. I don't say anything. I said, okay, A, B, C. Well, Bill reached out to me. Bill's another YouTube blogger, big vlogger. So you see, like Bill reached out to me probably in December, right, Bill? November, December. Because Bill reached out to me. There's many guys reach out to me. And the vloggers, they don't say anything about it on the stream. Say, you know, I sent in the form, this, that, and other. They don't ever, and I didn't get my check. They don't ever say. But there are quite a few that do say. And they just tell you straight up, hey, I lost my money for the month. I know I've helped quite a few with that. Yeah, I'm the one here. I'm the one here now. So check it and see. I have, Michael. Thanks again, Mitch. High five. So Mitch, how are you? What's up? So Michael, how you doing? What's going on? Mark King, what's going on? How you doing? I wanted to see the Lions at Super Bowl. Yeah. Who's playing the Super Bowl, Michael? I don't even know. I need to buy me a Fire Stick and get some games here. Of course, now it's done for this year. I am a football fan. I'm a football fanatic. But since I lived in the Philippines, they took football off. They took ESPN off. I've not been watching for the last probably 2 years. And it drives me crazy. I did not know that the Fire Stick works here. Some of the guys say that they have it working. Some guys say they don't. I don't know. So I never did buy one. It just kind of went out. I just been letting it go. And I catch the highlights. That's the reason you guys see me post on my NFL. I am a legitimate fan. I mean, I got my Steelers are mine. I mean, Buffalo Bills. I live in the Bills. Yeah, watch that blood pressure. I know. I've calmed down now, though. You should see me yesterday. So San Francisco and Kansas City. I say the 49ers will take that. My guess. A cup of coffee. But yeah, Scott, you're right, brother. I do watch it. And you still here in the Philippines, Scott? Sorry, I've been unavailable. I am going to go to CDO tomorrow and do that, get that done, and then I will plan to head to USA. I have many things I need to do there. So San Francisco, Kansas City. I'm so guessing that's one way I found a good Filipino girlfriend when she stops coming in. Yeah, that's true. You find out if she really loves you or not. If Social Security, you don't get the money and you're living off of her. God bless everybody. Remember to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, staying off grid, remote part of the earth. Bye-bye for now. Yeah, I'm going to close it down here in 3 to 4 minutes. I was hoping to see if Bill's okay. I can always email him or message him, see if he's okay getting his check. Jim, I just went on the Social Security site. I tried to register out the whole form. I hit submit, of course, it failed. uh, uh, I had to every time it seems like I go on there since I've been in the Philippines, and I use VPNs now, but I have to resubmit a new password every time I sign on my Social Security site. It just drives me crazy. This morning I got lucky. I went on there and I got on fine. But I guess if you don't use it for a period of time, it kicks you off and makes you do another one. Password? I don't know. Um, Take care, everybody. James Hardy. Yes. Have a good day. God bless. Yeah. I think I'll close the stream. I've been on an hour. And thank you so much for all the great guys coming on today and spending your valuable time. And I just want to let everybody know about Social Security, and maybe it could help them get their check faster and maybe get them down the road quicker, because there's nothing worse than finding out, say you get it on the 10th or whatever die, and you don't have it, and then what are you going to do then, right? You don't have your check and you didn't get your check, and now you got to get that information, and then it could be another week or 2 weeks for them to get your check to you, or longer, you know. Fortnite wins Super Bowl for sure. That's when you see Taylor Swift crying because her boyfriend would lose the Super Bowl. She's dating somebody. I didn't know that. I didn't know. I'm not in tune with that. I guess I probably should kind of be. So, you know, but I know how that is. Well, I didn't believe I turn on it today and I had 1,000 people on the stream today. It's fantastic. Let's see. Warren, take care. God bless. Thank you. Tom, you're always very helpful on YouTube. Thank you, Miss Somebody. I always try to be. Some people get mad at me because I tell it like it is, and people don't like that. Like, you know, if there's crime or somebody gets robbed, it's just reality, man. It's just reality. I'm not going to be one of those guys. There's the pie in the sky is beautiful here, and I got rose-colored glasses on. It is beautiful here, and it is nice here. You just have to be aware of certain things. That's all. Like it is anywhere. You know, it's like going anywhere. It don't matter. You can be walking down a road in the middle of the most perfect place there in the United States of America with no crime, and something can happen to you. Quarterback. Oh, I see. See you later. Yeah. Okay, guys. I'll call the stream. I want to thank everybody for coming on today. I won't go back and say everything. Bye to everybody. Everybody knows. And I want to thank everybody for spending their valuable time. And I'll see you guys next time on Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. God bless everybody. And I'll see you guys next time. Let's see. I don't know how to turn this thing off. Oh, here it is.